Hi, I'm JJ. Welcome or welcome back. This is my 100th video and my happy 6 months here on YouTube making videos. I started because I wanted to talk about my eclectic taste in books with people because I don't have a whole lot of people in real life to do it. And it's been fun to build a community here, be able to learn new books to read and participate in all of these monthly challenges. I kind of wish I knew going in that it would affect my reading as much. I am much more of a mood reader, and to try to participate fully, I've had to kind of move things around and read things that were still on my TBR, but weren't always things that I was fully in the mood for. But overall, I just keep reading what I want to do, and I'm glad that so many of you are okay with how all over the place I am a lot of the time. So I read a lot of classics. I read authors from around the world. I read nonfiction. I read contemporary fiction. I read young adult, graphic novels, comic books, some poetry. Short stories are kind of the thing I read least. I do read plays and stuff like that. I love Shakespeare plays. So I was really excited that there was Shake Timber that I got to participate in. And it's kind of also pushed me a bit out of my comfort zone by trying to participate in some of these events, especially getting to find new favorite authors by reading something that, looked good, somebody else was talking about, and then finding a way to fit it in with a monthly theme or something. So a couple of the books that are authors that I was able to find this year, I had always wanted to read the Beartown Trilogy by Frederick Bachman. I finally read that this year, as well as his newest release, My Friends, and he is absolutely one of my favorite authors now. All four of those books I loved. I gave 5 stars to. So he was a new fave that I found this year. And another one that I'm really enjoying working my way through is Stephen Graham Jones. I am not usually a history or a horror reader, but I have loved his stuff, and that made me branch out into a lot of other things within that genre that I'm also finding that I enjoy. So I'm glad that I got to experience that and experiment a little. And I'm thankful for you guys for allowing me to do that, encouraging me to do that, and then just being around me as I'm growing and learning in my reading habits. I've posted a bunch of videos this year, probably more than I will upcoming, just because it's been harder to find time to actually record, and then the free time that I had to record, I'm taken away from being able to read. So I am planning going forward to regularly post 2 videos a month or and a week. And so on Tuesdays and on Thursdays, I'm going to post something. That way I can still participate and tag Tuesday if I'm tagged. Otherwise, I can just, fill it up with weekly catch-ups or stuff like that. And then I plan for my reading this year to be no buy. I kind of talked about that in some of my recent book haul videos, where I'm not going to buy anything new this year except a list that I already made of 5 to 7 or so new releases that are coming out that are must-reads for me, as well as I'm giving myself 2 books to be able to buy for my birthday in February. And so Otherwise, I'm going to be focusing on things I own or things that I have already reserved and I'm waiting to come from for the library. So that way I can focus on getting through my own TBR, not adding a whole bunch of things just because I'm always going to be having a TBR. I'm always going to be wanting to read books. This way I'm focusing on the ones that I already have that I know that I've been wanting to read. I'm going to focus a lot this year on reading, continuously working my way through the classics, and really emphasize my Read Around the World that I've been doing, trying to make a big dent in that one. And then I just, I still want to participate. I'm really sorry that my cats are making a lot of noise again. But I always want to, participate when I can in the different videos. I do have a couple buddy reads that I'm planning this year. I really enjoy those, so maybe I can do a couple more towards the end of the year. And now that I know some of the events that go through from June to December, I'll know I can, prep in advance and save some of those books that I know. And as for the first half of this year, it's going to be harder to know what challenges might come up. I sometimes just hear about it like halfway through the month or at the very beginning of the month when I already kind of have my reading planned out. So we'll see. If you do know any events that are big ones, especially for the first part of the year, please let me know so that I can kind of plan for that. And then my reading kind of has changed over the course of the last, year or so, because the job that I had, at first I could read a lot more physical books, and now I've had to transition to be reading more or listening to more audiobooks, but I still want to make sure that the books that I'm reading are ones that I actually want to read and not ones that I feel like I should read, or that I not feel like I should read, but like everybody's reading them and I don't want to miss out. Like I don't want that to be my choice, and that's been one of the harder things. I've realized having videos, I don't watch as many, which has helped because then I'm not continuously adding to my list. Instead, I'm subtracting from it and actually consuming the things that I have. I do apologize for all my videos, for all the things that I might be inspiring you to read, because I know how it is to continuously have a TBR that just gets longer and never shorter. So, but that being said, that is what's great about this community, being able to recommend things to each other, learn things about each other through what each other has read, or the experiences, not only that make them love a book, but that make them want to pick up that book to begin with. I love that context. And for me, I've already also posted some videos with sumo. I want to get into sumo this year again. It's been too long, and I need to actually focus on making time for that. And then I know that I do have my forge. I was able to make time, schedule time for that coming up and the end of February and throughout the weekends in March, so that I can hopefully finish the sword that I've been working on. And I'll obviously post videos of that. That won't include my regular 2 video a week thing. So look out for that. I also plan, once I finish my sword, to try to do a wrap-up special video where I'll recommend books that remind me of the sword or are inspired. So I'm doing a scimitar, so it would be Middle Eastern influenced swords or history or authors that I'll probably include when I do that video. But those are just some of the things that I have on the horizon, some of the things that I'm looking out for this year. I already know that I am still going to participate in Shaketember and Victober, which is Victorian literature. I was unprepared for that this year. I had just listened to a whole bunch of classics and then needed a break from them, so I didn't get to read classics during that time period. And then I also am looking forward to Tudor-tember, which is the Tudor era in September. So those were the ones that I enjoyed the most this year. So so next year I want to make sure that I fully am ready and able to participate in those. And then I am also looking forward to knowing the other events and challenges and stuff that are coming out throughout this year that I might have missed last year, or I definitely didn't do because I hadn't started my channel yet. That being said, I still want to try to participate with the books that I already have that are already in my TBR. I still don't want to add to it. So we'll see how that all works. Anyway, I am so grateful for you all who have taken a chance on me, who have commented and interacted with me and helped me grow this community that I really enjoy. Special shout out to Angelina over at Books Do Things to Me, who sent me a package of books, and I never thought anyone would do that, and you did, and I loved the ones that I've read. I look forward to the one that we're going to buddy read together, and I'm just really grateful that you were that you wanted to do that for me and that you were able to do that for me. And I am making yours. It's just really hard because some of our reading is not that similar, so I'm trying to think of things that I know that you'll enjoy, or that I hope you'll enjoy, and maybe even things that I haven't read that just remind me of you. So I'm still working on it, and I just really love those of you who have watched all of the videos and have been loyal and commenting and liking and just building, like I said, building this beautiful community that I have. I know it's a small one, but I actually like it that way because I do get to feel like I get to interact with each of you, and I'm just really enjoying this. I'm really glad I did it. I had wanted to do it for a long time. I had been watching videos and just thinking, but nobody talks about this, and I want to hear what they would think about this, and now I get to share my random reads with you guys and maybe introduce you to something completely different than what you're regularly seeing on YouTube. And I also get to just gush a little bit about some of my favorite things. I've been doing random book recommendation videos where I get to talk about books that I've read in the past that don't always get to come up because we're always talking about what we're currently reading or our favorites, but there are some really good ones out there. I do want to do a video sometime coming up soon for hidden gems, just maybe 3.5 to 4-star books that kind of go under the radar and don't get to be talked about because they're not bad books that we're bashing, and they're not great books that are everybody's favorite, but just some along the way that I enjoy that I haven't already gotten to talk about. So, and I also really want to do, I'm still waiting till I read a couple more to fit into the video, but I'm going to do a video about companion books and retellings, and just talking about the comparison and contrast and expanding worlds that we already enjoy and already love. And so I have a lot of books on the list for that, but there was just a few that I wanted to actually finish reading before I can feel comfortable actually talking about them, rather than just recommending something that I haven't read. But that's a video that, that specific video is one that I've been wanting to do since I started the channel. It's why I started that channel. I had that idea in mind and I really wanted to share it. I just haven't been able to get it all together yet. But that is coming, and I promise I will get to that in the coming year. Anyway, once again, 100th video, 6 months on YouTube, and growing, continuing, and kind of refining what I'm doing. If you do have any suggestions for videos, for books, I'm always open to books, even though I'm not buying this year. I can still add them to my list, because if I run out of something, not in the mood for something or whatever, I can always see if my library has it. So keep the recommendations coming, keep the conversations coming. I really love them. And as always, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Happy reading. And I'm going to sign off with something that I like to say every once in a while. You are enough. You matter. I'm glad you exist. You are valid. Thank you. Please stay.